March Madness is overrated. I know what you're thinking. Are you a communist? Are you a socialist? Are you a pacifist? Well, that doesn't count. But here's the bottom line. I love March Madness and college basketball better than anybody, but I know less college players now than I ever have. I remember less moments than I ever have. And here's the reality. How many great games were there in this year's March Madness? Great games. First of all the top seeds are ending up in the Final Four or the Final Eight or certainly the Sweet 16. So you don't have any marquee upsets. You got one great game of the entire tournament, and that was Villanova and Pittsburgh. You had pretty good buzzer beater in the Gonzaga-Western Kentucky game. But the reality is North Carolina rolls through the tournament for the most part, and you don't get the marquee players and the marquee matchups. And the fact is the Final Four themselves on Saturday was uncompelling, other than Michigan State's great run, but the game wasn't great. The Carolina-Villanova game was awful with a capital A. Where's the buzzer beaters? Where's the upsets? Where's the big seeds getting pushed? It's not happening of late. I love March Madness, but really wheel around in your head how many classic moments we've had in the last few years. Although last year's final, the Memphis-Kansas game, was a legendary one because it goes to overtime and everything else. Braves in Philadelphia, all this talk about how they started the season, it's not about that. It's about the first three series of the year where you got the division teams, Phillies, Nationals, and Marlins, and take care of your business there. A few guarantees for this baseball season, at least as I see. And El Escobar will absolutely have a breakout season. He is one of the great young players in baseball. Jeff Francoeur will bounce back. Not huge, but bounce back and be solid. Casey Kochman will struggle. He'll be the whipping boy. And Brian McCann will challenge for the MVP of the National League. That's right, Brian McCann will be in the hunt for MVP of the National League. One final note, great barbecue. I'm going to talk a little food. How about the Fox Brothers? It's over kind of Inman Park, East Atlanta, that area, DeKalb Avenue. The Tominator. Tater tots, Brunswick stew, melted cheddar, all thrown together. One of the great hangover foods that exists. And speaking of hangovers, don't forget my buddies at Vitamin Water Revive. They've been all over the tournament. If you're feeling like you had a few too many the night before, grab a little Vitamin Water Revive. Grab a Tominator from Fox Brothers and enjoy opening day Atlanta Braves. The Nationals in town. You don't lose the pennant in April or May. You don't win the pennant in April or May, but you sure can help yourselves by getting off to a decent start. That's what the Braves will try to do. And that's what we try to do right here every morning on Sports Radio 790 The Zone.